Jeff Corwin, and I want to welcome you to Brazil.
Not the teeming cities or famous beaches.
This is where civilization ends and our adventure begins.
But a place called the Pantanal, an area of wetlands roughly the size of New England.
Forget the chatter and let's capture the snake. Woo! You're feisty.
It's a place where giant rodents swim alongside giant reptiles.
Whoa. I'm scared.
Where an American naturalist takes on a completely different identity.
Tres Pantaneros! That's all.
My name is Javier Corwin. I spend every day in an office in São Paulo, Brazil.
¿Tú tienes el papel por otro account?
I type, I sign papers, and I type. But while my body is a prisoner of this ciudad, or how you say city, my imagination roams the untamed wilderness of my country. In my daydream, I am the wildlife biologist, Jeff Corwin.
There are many different types of habitat which make up the ecosystem of the Pantanal. The Pantanal spans about 84,000 square miles of terrain.
It's sandwiched in between Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay, and I'm right in the middle of this vast ecosystem in western Brazil.
You've got grasslands, you've got lagoons, flood forests, and you even have rivers like this. This is the Pichain. It goes for many kilometers, and what's great about it is that it can give us a chance to see all sorts of creatures, capybara, jacare caiman, and even an animal known locally as the river wolf. What is that? Keep your fingers crossed and you just might find out. Let me see. Come on, baby. Hundreds of creatures have made a home here along the river. All sorts of birds, more jacare caiman. But that right there, isn't that beautiful heron right there? But there's one creature that draws us to this river habitat, and it is the largest otter species in the world. And I think we're going to find him right up there around the bend.
Look at that, a caiman stalking a heron. Over there's a beautiful bittern, and that's a capybara, the largest rodent in the world. Wait! I think I see something splashing up ahead. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. This is one of the rarest creatures living in South America. We have two giant river otters, the largest otters in the world. Look at the size of this creature's body. Look at the size of that animal. It is 6 feet in length, and this creature can weigh up to 80 pounds. An amazing animal, extremely intelligent. It's a close relative of the mink. To be this close to an animal like this is a great, great privilege. And this is what the Pantanal provides, is encounters like this, to come face to face with a creature that is so endangered. See the webbed feet right there? See how quickly he took that fish, that piranha, crushed it down. You hear that? And if you're wondering who is the master predator in this river universe, this creature is. Match an otter to a caiman, and the otter will win every time. In fact, otters eat caiman. Hear that? Hear that? A whistling? Oh my gosh. Look over here. I broke the language. I knew that you could actually attract them if you whistle. Look behind you. There's a whole pod. What's interesting, you look at these animals and you think, Oh, isn't that creature cute and cuddly? Yeah, and it is kind of cute. It's furry, got that wonderful, inquisitive, intelligent face. But do not underestimate the power of these animals, because when pressed, they can be very protective. I'm in shock. This is great stuff. I hope you are enjoying this as much as I am. It doesn't get any better than that, even with all the mosquitoes. Giant river otters, a great treat. Another example of the wildlife that is waiting to be discovered here in the Pantanal of Brazil. Let's move on. Excellent stuff. How's that for a husband for you? We had a pair of Curacao. The male is more ornamental. But he saw us as their predator, and he said, honey, you're on your own, baby. And then they're going to go over there and say, sorry about that. Are you okay? And she's going to go, what kind of male Curacao are you? He'll be getting no sugar tonight. Oh my gosh. Look right in front of me, and you can see a huge serpent that has come to the river's edge. I'm so excited, I'm shaking. What is it like to be a snake? I think it's like when you're driving on... Forget the chatter and let's capture the snake. What's it like? It's like this. Oh, look at you. It's okay, my friend. I am one of you. We are friends here. Oh no, look at this who's coming to see me. Welcome to the Pantanal. You can be harassed by the largest and most endangered otter in the world while you're looking at the largest snake in this part of the world, the anaconda. And he just emerged from his hole. See, now I'm worried that they're going to see this anaconda and try to take him from me. Get away. No. No. So isn't this great? We're actually seeing the relationship between predator and prey. And these otters are saying, okay, Jeff, that was great. Now let me study this really neat boa. These animals are powerful constrictors. When this creature's in hunt mode, he tracks its prey down with that flickering forked tongue. After he's found what he wants to hunt, perhaps he was just wallowing in a mud hole with only his head revealed. He then reaches out and strikes after he's the animal he is constricting suffocates, and then this creature swallows his prey whole. Now, these yellow anacondas are the largest serpents you're going to find in the Pantanal region. They can get up to, 12 or 13, maybe even 14 or 15 feet in length. But they are somewhat dwarfed by their cousins to the north, which can be double that size. The green anaconda gets nearly twice as long as the yellow, but still, you don't need to get much longer than this, baby, if you want to see what a big snake looks like up close and personal. Oh. Hey, that wasn't nice. All right, buddy. I'm done with you. Thank you for educating us about your wondrous species, and now you are on your own. Look at that. And there's where he lives. Hey, buddy, I'm sorry, but no. I let the anaconda go. No, you go get a fish. Okay, we're out of here. Stop your crying.
Coming up,
Can I come in?
they may be shy at first, but when you get to know them,
I'm scared.
they're really warm and fuzzy. And later, just a normal tropical. You know, to live in my world is not very exciting. But as Jeff Corwin, well, my life would be filled with adventure and danger.
I'm I'm here with Up with Herpetology, and I'd like to sing you a little song to get the spirit inside you going, and it goes something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Up with herpetology, whether you're a turtle or an alligator too. You can be a snake, or you could be a caiman. Wait, can I come in?
Caiman love these grasslands because they can blend right in among the tall vegetation and murky water. I'm looking for one that's not totally submerged, so I have a better chance at capturing it.
Look, piranha. More sheets, more water. Darn it. Very large caiman, about 7 feet in length. I am totally unprepared for this, as usual, but I've got this, and I'm wondering if I could somehow lay it over its head. I'm scared. Okay, now what I need you to do is to take your finger right where his mouth is and hold down the... We'll see if I can pick him up. There we go. It is a beautiful, gorgeous specimen. Look at the size of this guy. He is probably 7 feet in length. A huge, huge caiman, Crocodylus yacaré, or the species of spectacle caiman you get here in the Pantanal. And the reason why this creature's laying limp like this is because it has been shut off to the world, because its only cues to what's going on around him are visual cues. And just like you put the blinders on a horse, I put on some caiman blinders. You see, these creatures are well armored. They have scutes that go throughout their skin, their dermis. They have scutes along their stomach as well. See? That armament protects his rib cage in his stomach from any predators that would want to eat him. And look at this. Webbed feet, wonderful webbed feet for swimming. Okay? A powerful tail, a tail used for defense and propulsion. The teeth hang all the way around this creature's jaw. And see that? There's a hole, this nair hole. It's not the nostril. There's the nostril. But this nair hole actually allows the bottom teeth to protrude to the top. So you have a deadly array, okay? You have just this rim of razor-sharp teeth. And when this creature hunts, he bites on and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rips apart its prey. The more the animal struggles, the more he fights to secure his dinner. And what's neat is when he dives, right? When he dives into water, see his nostrils? They can close up like that. So that way he doesn't take a lot of water into his lungs. And how do you let go a caiman that doesn't like you? You let go quickly. You can go now. Slow down. It's okay. It's me, Jeff Corwin, you know, Animal Planet. See that big guy right there? That is the largest rodent in the world. It's called a capybara. Capybara means masters in the grasses, but they're not only masters on this stuff, they're masters in the water as well. So let's just creep around, see how close we can get. A lot of interesting stuff about these huge rodents. Where'd you go? I like to call this the capybara waltz. These capybara are extremely social. It's not very common that you find an individual hanging out in a solitary fashion like that. This is probably an adolescent male coming in at about 90 pounds. Someday he might hit 180 or 200 pounds. They're herbivores, eating vegetation. In fact, he's illustrating that for us. He's chowing down on some water hyacinth. Now, you can find capybara all the way through South America. They often live in herds. They're extremely gregarious. They'll often divide that herd up into a nursery where the younger ones hang out with a nurse, matron to keep watching them. And then you have this individual right here, just hanging out there. Beautiful creature. They've got webbed feet, excellent swimmers, and also excellent divers, too. Capybara are an important source of food for many animals in this part of the world. Jaguar, puma, okay, they'll eat capybara. Young capybara fall prey to anaconda, and large capybara like this fall prey to creatures like that. Look at the size of that caiman. In front of you, I am showing you the circle of life. Herbivore, omnivore, carnivore. The omnivore wants to check out the herbivore, but guess what? The carnivores are coming to check out this omnivore. I'm trying to sneak up on this capybara, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 caiman moving in to check me out. And what's interesting is that they're just hanging out together. But that will change, because as the sun sets, the appetite of the caiman grow, and these capybara go, see ya.
Zelda, vou almoçar.
Okay.
Boa tarde.
Up next, a porcupine up a tree,
A pincushion of pain awaits.
and a little gift just for you.
Here you go, darling. Merry Christmas.
And later,
Hey, Pantanero!
I have no idea who these guys are, but I'm sure we'll find out. Ay, 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 all the traffic and noise. I long for the wide open spaces of the Pantanal, trailing an exotic creature.
Oh, gosh. It's like being on the 405 in L.A. Bumper to bumper traffic, wherever you look. It's funny, there are many beautiful angles to a cow, but the angles that I'm getting ain't so beautiful.
This highway stretches 80 miles between the north and south points of the Pantanal. It includes about 120 of these dilapidated bridges. I'm going to follow this road for a few miles and find a good area for exploring.
Excuse me, Mr. Capybara. We're trying to make a show here. Would you mind? I'm trying to make a show. Please. Move already. Where you going? Wrong way. That's my car. Move. It's like back home, driving to Boston. Would you move your poo-poo, capybara? Right now, the Transpantanero Road is in excellent condition, but as the rains increase, with the oncoming rain season, this thing will be flooded, bridges will be washed out. It becomes very, very tough habitat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, my gosh. Can you believe this? Driving down the road, and there, what I thought was a branch is a beautiful snake. Look at this.
Well, there you go. Another typical Pantanal roadblock. This is a younger version of that adult anaconda we saw by the river.
Gotcha. The Amarillo anaconda. Or yellow anaconda. Here you go, buddy. I think this is where he was heading. So we'll place him over here. I'm afraid that if I leave him in the road, he's going to become road burger, and I don't want that. Here you go, buddy. Alrighty. Let's see the comforts of the Transpantanero Highway and see what creatures we could find along this waterway. Up in this tree, I've just spotted a prehensile porcupine. And I'd love for you to check it out. It's just a real interesting animal with a great defense, so we have to be careful.
This porcupine, well, it's got to be at least 20 feet up this tree. Let's see how close we can get.
Wow. This is a scoop. I've got this prehensile tail porcupine. He's looming at the very end of this branch. He's out of reach, despite the fact that I've climbed all the ways up this tree and that I'm being eaten by ants. So our second cameraman has attached his camera to a rope, and I am going to try to fulfill his role and see if I can film this porcupine so you can have a look at it. Now, the defense works like this. He's not an aggressive animal. It's an herbivore. It's up here. Actually, it's been sleeping here through the night. But he just sits and waits for stupid predators like myself to come in and think, oh, here's a little animal that would make a nice meal, and they reach out and grab him and discover a pincushion of pain awaits. But what's very different about this porcupine compared to the ones that we see back in the United States, in North America, is that this tropical species is a bit smaller, the quills are coarser and more blonde or bicolored in color, and it has a prehensile tail. Now, these creatures are very comfortable up in the treetops, masters at climbing. They've got claws that they use to pull themselves through the branches. They've got that prehensile tail, which functions as a fifth limb.
Hey, you know what? This isn't so hard. Now I think I can add cameraman to my repertoire. I'll send this to Steven Soderbergh when I get back to the States.
So I always got to be on guard. Look at this. Isn't that nice? Here you go, darling. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Pugsley. It's so kind of you.
That's great. I hope you don't have arachnophobia. And why isn't he biting me? Why isn't he biting me? That's a great question. Well, it goes something like this. I'm going to tell you a secret. I have a connection to spiders. It started when I was a child. No, the real reason why he's not biting me is because I'm just being careful. I'm letting my hands be like the environment that he crawls across. Any sudden movements, he'll react. And even in that case, he probably wouldn't bite me unless if I was really hurting it. His fangs are, for the most part, reserved to securing prey. As with most species of spiders, it is venomous. And it has a set of fangs right to the front, which are literally an extension of what was once limbs or digits. And he grabs onto the prey, he sinks those fangs in, injecting the prey, such as a cockroach or a lizard or even a small rodent or even a bird in some cases, injecting that creature with the venom. And that venom not only kills and immobilizes the prey, but it also promotes digestion. The animal that this creature is eating actually dissolves into like a spider frap or milkshake, and then he just drinks it up. Gotta love the Fontanelle. Great discoveries to be found here. So let's place this creature right back underneath this log, and we will continue our search for other wonders of nature. No?
But we are friends. I will stay with you, and we'll be roommates.
I'm sorry.
Spider King, you don't belong in my world.
Please. We are friends. You cannot leave me. No! You have to go back.
But I want to stay with you.
No, I'm sorry. It can't be. It is a relationship that isn't natural.
Oh, I don't even like spiders. Coming up, lunch with a toucan.
He just swallowed a seed about this big.
And later, we will visit an island that is definitely not a fantasy. In fact, if you're afraid of snakes, you could call it a nightmare.
I'm starting to feel like the new Fontanero on the block.
I stopped at one of the many cattle ranches you'll find in the Fontanelle. Cattle ranching is big business here, And these cowboys, or as they're called locally, fontaneros, take pride in managing their land.
Obrigado. Obrigado. That was great. My legs are a little sore, but I'm going off. I've got another mission. Okay. Tres fontaneros. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tres fontaneros. Ciao. Man, you guys are greedy. You're eating up all this fruit. One of my favorite South American birds. Beautiful, beautiful creature. These are Togo toucans.
Now, these juvenile birds are only a couple months in age.
And as the story goes, these creatures were orphaned and are being hand-reared by the people that run this ranch. And I'm hoping that as these toucans are ready to live on their own, they'll have that opportunity to be free again. But right now, they give us a nice chance to see something up close that you rarely get to experience out in nature. Those large yellow bills. See that? See that behavior he's showing us? That's what you do when you're a baby and you want your mother to puke inside your mouth or regurgitate his food. Okay, and that's what happens. My fingers were the bill of this creature's parent. Out from this bill would come a nice slurpy soup of fruit, insect, or animal parts. I just love the look of these birds. Where are you going? See you later. See there? You're greedy. Do you see that? He just swallowed a seed about this big. It went down easy, but I hope it comes out easy the other end.
Even though some of the area around this ranch has been cleared for cattle grazing, there are still large pockets of natural habitat.
Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh. Look at you. A baby. Is this a baby? Look at that. To come face to face with a beautiful creature like this, learn about its natural history in a way that is as non-invasive and as non-intrusive as possible, it's a wonderful thing. It's a good thing. Look at this. Beautiful snake. Now, what's interesting is that when I first looked at this serpent, I thought it was a baby anaconda. It has a very broad head, stout body. Even the coloration of this animal's body made me think green anaconda, but it's not. Like anacondas, this is a serpent which is comfortable in the water, but it's not a constrictor. It's a neotropical water snake. This camouflage, is that a word? See, when I'm conversating with you and I like to imaginating myself, see, if you look at him, he's got excellent camouflage. Colors of brown and gray and a bit of olive. Goes great with that algae and all that mud. And what's neat, though, is he can sort of sink on in, and the only thing that you can see are those eyes. The eyes of this snake, they're right on the top of this creature's head. If you're looking for frogs, you want to be built just like this. So this is what's great about nature. It gives you a little clue to the way it works when you discover an animal like this. Here's what really stinks about nature, at least in the Pantanal. It's the mosquitoes! I'm going mad, I tell you!
Coming up... No, I'm okay. Really. Howler monkeys and an amazing lizard.
Whoa!
Gelado?
Não, obrigada.
Right. She won't even look twice at me, Javier. But if I were Jeff Corwin, I would probably be attracted into left and right.
See what's just happening to me? El Stupido Jeff Corwin now just put his hand on a plant with stinging ants. See the ant stinging me? The ant no longer can sting me anymore. Ooh, that's a wallop. That's like a wasp wallop. Oh my God, look at that. Look at my skin. I'm reacting to it. Getting goosebumps. Wow. That's amazing, huh? Isn't nature miraculous? Something that big can give you such a good one. Look at this. Look right there. Over there. The trees are swaying with mammals. I think there's some sort moving real slow to see them. Let's find out what it is. Okay, let's go. Look at that. Oh, they're moving in this area. Look at that. Let's go this way. Let's go real quiet. These animals spook quick. Quickly, they're just quick to spook. See that big bulbous joint in the middle of his throat? That's where he emits that great sound you hear, hence the term howler monkey. That sound can carry for miles and miles throughout the forest. It's a way to establish territory between one howler monkey troop and the next. It's a way to ward off predators. It essentially allows incoming predators to know that I see you, you can't eat me. But they don't need to do that here because between the stinging nettles, the continuous shower of bird guano, the mosquitoes, and of course, the cherry on this big nasty sundae are the stinging ants, which live on these ant plants. Okay, these guys are all set. They don't need any protection. Trust me. Let's move on. See what else we can see. Look. Right there. You can see real, just wonderful creature. And when you first check it out, probably what's coming to your mind is some sort of crocodilian, like a jacare caiman. It's very caiman-like, but it's nothing like a caiman. It is a reptile, but it's a lizard. It's a caiman lizard. A lizard that is built very much like a caiman, but it's not a crocodilian. I want him to take that head and stick it under the water. I want him to do that. Whoa! I wanted him to do that so I could show him to you. Wow. This is a caiman lizard. Can you see why they call him a caiman lizard? Look at his tail. Very, very alligator-like or crocodilian-like. But that face is very monitor-like. And when you see what comes out of its mouth, you'll see something that's very serpent-like. See that? It's got a forked tongue. This caiman lizard just wants me to know that he's just all 100% tough, ancient-looking reptile. Just listen. He's got that huffing, that puffing. He's standing his ground. He shredded me up a bit. But when you look beyond that fierce complexion, you got to see a bit of reptilian beauty. Look at those eyes. Bright black, obsidian-colored eyes. And the scales along his lips perfectly aligned. If you look above that wrinkle of flesh right by my digit, you can see his ear plates there. Isn't this awesome? Beautiful lizard. So what was he doing? He was foraging around looking for frogs, looking for fish, looking perhaps for the eggs of a jacana nearby, something to raid. Excellent hunter, this lizard. Large-bodied. Something interesting about this lizard. The local pantaneros refer to this lizard as bibola. They believe this creature to be very dangerous, very peligroso or venimoso. They believe it's half venomous snake and half jacare caiman. The truth is, it's harmless unless, of course, you're rolling around with it like an idiot like me. But if you leave this creature be, it's not going to hurt you at all. Something else that's pretty interesting about this bibola or caiman lizard is that he's put up quite a fight. I've earned some scars from this encounter, but did you notice something about him? Count his limbs. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these limbs is not like... Yeah, you got it. See that? He's missing a hand, but yet he's functioning fine. This is an adult lizard. He's been around for 10 years. He'll be around maybe for 15 more years, and he survived probably since his early years in life. Less. One hand. When I first saw this guy, man, you almost fooled me, buddy. I thought you were a Jacare Cayman. I'm glad I looked close because it was a great discovery. So, I'm going to let him go. Hopefully he's just not going to dash off. Hopefully he'll give us a little bit of a demonstration of his swimming ability.
Up next, a short boat ride, and we'll be there. The Island of the Serpents.
Woo, woo. You're feisty.
The end to another boring day. But just think of all the adventure, all the excitement I would have if I was Jeff Corwin.
I know what you're saying. I look like I could use a good night's sleep. Well, I could. But yes, I'm exhausted, and we've had a lot of hours of travel, but it's well worth it. We've arrived to the port of Itanyang, okay? This is a vessel we're going to use for the next part of our journey, which is going to take us to the island of Camada de Grande. Why are we going there? Here's the clue. The creatures we're searching for, hopefully, will not require us to use this, which is anti-venom. Let's go.
We're now about 800 miles away from the Fontanelle, and from here, it's another 4.5 hours by boat to our island destination off the southern coast of Brazil. This is the only place on Earth where you can find the deadly but beautiful golden lancehead viper.
Okay, so you're not filming me, right? I'm not ready yet. Don't film me yet. Okay, I'm ready. I love the ocean. I love the smell of the sea. I love the salt air. See, the ocean's in my blood. In my blood.
There are no white sandy beaches surrounding this island, and as if the deadly snakes weren't enough of a deterrent, the interior is protected by a slippery, jagged shoreline.
It's not a golden lancehead, but a beautiful little fledgling there. Actually, it's probably about a month old. It's a baby. Booby. Check it out. See there, he's just looking at us. He's just trying to sit there, disappear. He's hoping we won't approach. The parents of this bird are right on the other side of this bluff. These boobies nest along these scrapes, which you see along the bluffs, cliffs, and hillsides. There are hundreds and hundreds of these birds living here. Great stuff. It's in these dense patches of forest where we have the best chance of finding a golden lancehead. Man. Well, the temperature is pushing towards 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity is out there as well. So we've got the dangers of heat. This is a very uninviting place. Wow. Look at that. Look at beauty. Okay, that's a good place for you. Between the leaves of this bromeliad is this beautiful thing. Okay, I'm going to be quiet because I need to concentrate. Oh, my gosh. Woo, woo. You're feisty. You're feisty. See, the problem with vipers is that they, by nature, when left alone, you know, like to mind their own business. But when they're pressed or when they feel threatened, they are quick to struggle, quick to strike. And I don't want to be bit by the snake, but I also don't want the snake to injure himself. Okay, and he could do that. He could easily puncture his own flesh with those two very large fangs to the front of his mouth. I'm using my fingers. I've got my thumb and middle finger on either side of the jaw. I've got my index finger supporting his head. But he's really moving around a lot. I'm afraid he's going to injure himself. So I'm going to let him go. And that's okay, because there's another snake right behind you. By the way, I'm describing how I'm holding the snake. That by no means is instruction for you to go capture your own snake. There we go. Right behind you, another one. Come here. Look at this. I'm now holding him very gently. He's tasting you with his tongue. What's it like to be a snake? With those tongues, tasting the world. Oh, see how he rattles his tail like that? He ain't saying, dinner time. That's no dinner bell. That is a warning. And what's interesting is that there is a viper related to the snake, which has taken that warning step even further, and that is to have a rattle on the end of its tail. But this snake doesn't have a rattle. What it would rely on are the leaves and sticks around that tail, which will make a flickering sound when he feels alarmed. So here's the great million-dollar question. How did the golden lancehead vipers become residents of this island? And the answer to that took place 20,000 years ago, when this island was a part of the mainland, but then the sea rose, separating this little patch of earth from the coast. And when that happened, a population of vipers were isolated. And for thousands of years, they've been breeding amongst each other, closed off from the mainland group, which has allowed them to evolve into a totally unique species. You know, there's something else which I find very fascinating about this snake, and it is this, and it's going to blow you away. The females of this species have evolved a male sexual organ called a hemipenis. Okay, now at this point in their evolutionary history, it's not functional. They can't use it for anything. But perhaps in 10,000 years it will be functional. And when you have one individual that is able to sexually reproduce, that's all you need to create a new population. So, you've got a hermaphrodite that might look just like this in 10,000 years. It gets stuck in a log, it drifts its way to a neighboring island, and it alone can establish a new species or a new population. And that's why nature is amazing to me, to see how these creatures survive, how one random mutation can change the history for a species. Obrigado. That means thank you in Brazil, and I owe a great thanks to this nation because, well, just think of the adventure we've had from the alluvial floodplains of the Pantanal to this remote, lush island. This place has provided us with some of the best wildlife encounters I have ever had. And what a great way for us to wrap it up with that amazing encounter with the golden lancehead. But, my friends, I am out of time, so I look forward to seeing you on our next experience.
Ay, what a dream. It seems so real. Maybe I'm not cut out for the life of an adventurer after all. Those snakes were pretty scary. Oh no, look at this. Could it be? Could it be true?